Hi guys, alright, so I'm going to do my video on what we're asking the doctor when I go for my appointment on Friday. As many of you guys know, I was supposed to, hopefully my levels were going to be zeroed. My doctor thought they'd be zeroed by 4 weeks, but nope. They decided to take a whole 6 weeks. But anyway, so, yeah, I won't have my results of my second round of blood testing. They said it's going to be close if we're waking up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning to go to the lab to do my blood work because I'm going to be fasting tonight and tomorrow morning just in case if they say that my levels are zeroed, then I'm all set. If she says, nope, they're still above 5, then I'm gonna eat. The lab told us it's gonna be very, very close if my results. They said basically, as long as if I get them in by 1 o'clock, more than likely the doctor will have at least the genetic testing. They said it takes 3 to 4 days. So they said, so they probably, that one they won't have, but they said for the blood clotting, they could have it for my 9 o'clock appointment. They said they might not. But anyways, so they might not, which is okay. So anyways, so originally my husband and I talked about not having my appointment and skipping it altogether. And after the more I thought about it, I still really do need this appointment. I have a lot of questions. Because I haven't been able to sit down and talk to her. It's been on the phone, which then I know that a lot of times they're doing that in between patients. So they may only have like a minute or two, so I don't want to ask any of those in-depth questions. So this actually, yes, this will be the first time I will see her, and I just figured out like maybe an hour ago that it's going to be exactly 6 weeks since my D&C. Battery's dying. So it's going to be a little emotional for me. I haven't been in that office since then. I've gone to the other office that's right down the road, but yeah. So my appointment's at 9 o'clock in the morning, which I do recommend to everybody. If you've got a lot of questions, try to schedule for first thing in the morning or last appointment of the day. So that way, the first thing in the morning, they're not behind. And at the end of the day, you know, there's nobody waiting after you, so the doctor might spend a little bit more time talking to you. So, anyways, when I was trying to think of, you know, I've had 2 lists of questions. One, of course, was if the blood work wasn't ready, but of course it's not. So the main question, which I know everybody's asked me too, is progesterone. Am I going to go on it? Honestly, I don't know. I want to, even though I'm on the low side of normal. For me personally, I think being on it is going to cut down on my stress. I'm one that I like to have control over my life. And, you know, I take my vitamins, I get enough sleep, I exercise, things like that you're supposed to do to help maintain a healthy pregnancy. Well, I've done that stuff, and I've had miscarriages now. I've had 3 of them in a row, and to me, being put on the progesterone is actually going to then give me that confidence of, see, I'm doing something to help maintain this pregnancy more than just what I've already done. I know that that might not be, I might still not have a healthy pregnancy, well, I might still have another miscarriage, but I'm doing, at that point, I am doing everything that I can. There's not much more I can do without more testing, which would mean it's something that we didn't know, which I'm okay with. So I don't know, maybe explaining to my doctor that, yes, I know that it might not help, but without doing it, I feel guilty that, that maybe there's more that I can do to help. So that's then a low-dose aspirin regimen, if I should start one of those, because everybody's asked. This past pregnancy, I took low-dose aspirin to help with the implantation, and then I weaned myself off of it because, as far as I knew, I didn't have a blood clotting issue. So, which I know with the results of the testing, it might come back that I have to. But I'm going to ask her if I should. Then the next question, of course, is really what's their plan when I get pregnant again. Basically, if I get pregnant, if I get pregnant and before I see an RE, or if I get pregnant, I know she's going to say that it depends on what we find. And just kind of ask her to tell me, well, alright, let's say, basically, like, as soon as I take that test, the pregnancy test, do I need to call you? Basically, do I need to test earlier? Where, a lot of you guys know I don't like testing early. But basically, do I need to start testing at 11 DPO, or can I, do I have to start at like 9, 10 DPO, or can I wait and do it at 13, 14, 15, 16? Basically, do I need to start testing early, or can I wait? That's more or less what I mean for the what's our plan. Do I need to test early, and then when I test, do I call you right away? And then, so I understand that question she might go, nah, wait until we know your results. Then the next question will be about if I can have the lab slips now. So that way, I can call them and say, I just want to let you guys know I took a pregnancy test, it came back positive, I'm going to go do my labs. Because I guess that's something I want. I want labs done as soon as I take that pregnancy test, and have it done, the beta quant done, do it the 48 hours and then the 72 hours. So you've got where you take it, like let's say you take it on Monday, you have your beta quant done on Monday, you have them done on Wednesday, and then you have them done on Friday. So you've got where they can see that they are doubling at a good rate. Grade 2 only need 2, but I think 3, so that way I can go, okay, things are good. But yeah, so, and then just see how the biopsy went, because this was a complete biopsy. I'm not sure exactly what they did, but she said that they were going, I don't know if they checked the DNA or whatever. I know they checked the chromosomes and things like that. Asked her what did they find with that. I would assume if it was something, horrible, they would have already called me and told me, it was this or it was that. We know it wasn't a molar pregnancy, because they did see a fetal pole. So we know that it wasn't that. So we just have to ask her if they, the results are back from my biopsy, which they should be. It's been 6 weeks. So, But yeah, and then a little extra announcement. Everybody's asking to do a day in the life video, and I've said no, 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 no. I will be doing a day in the life video on Friday. So look forward to Friday's video. I will probably do a video tomorrow too if I get good news. But I have tomorrow and Friday off of work, so probably you'll get a video tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.